What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video we're going to be checking out the artist Ren. This song is called Hi Ren. I want to give a huge shout out to Jody over on Patreon. Thank you so much for being a supporter and for requesting this, and I also just want to give the most amount of love to you with the passing of your dog. I am so sorry. I know how hard it is. It's not even... There's days whenever I can't even imagine functioning without my animals. So I am so sorry, and I'm sending love your way to your household. So I am really looking forward to checking this out. So we're just going to dive into this. This is Hi Ren. Jesus. Oh shit. Oh. What a good riff. Oh shit. Can I just say there's something so sick when an acoustic guitar is played with riffs like this, but also when it's played a little bit aggressively to the point that you hear some of that like 10 and some of the other pieces kind of like falling apart in this like aggressive way. It sounds so fucking sick. There's something about beauty in those imperfections. Oh, let's go. What the fuck?
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately. And I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Right?
Okay, so I love this. You're talking to that voice inside your head, right? You're talking to that other part of your personality. I also feel this very big Eminem influence, and I'm not just saying that because like the style, but also there were a lot of times in Eminem's discography where he would kind of have these conversations with himself or two sides of himself, and it's very interesting. And I love to hear Ren doing that here because yeah, on that first verse you hear it and you're like, yo, what is going on? Like, this is kind of gnarly. Then you hear the other part of him and it's kind of like that voice of reason that's having that conversation with him, and already so sick.
And you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you. Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect, they're always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate. This time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think?
See, that right there is super important because this is just the perfect like representation of listening to that voice inside your head, right? There's so many things that we could accomplish if we could just get the dude inside our head to shut the fuck up for like 5 seconds. And what happens? We end up taking a lot of meds. We get therapists. We get all these things to try to get that voice to shut up. But then moments like this happen where you start to have to kind of like address the things that are going on inside your head. And it can be very rewarding to be able to come out on the other side of that by like putting some tape over the mouth of the one in your head that won't shut up.
Think that you can amputate me. I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. Woo. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar.
Okay, I didn't expect that, but okay, right, hell yeah.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar. Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing.
This is, I gotta say, this is fucking incredible. Like, we're like not even halfway through this, and you can see the genius of Ren as you're watching this, because there's a lot going on, you know, playing both sides of your sort of like the negative side of you and then that more positive side of you, being able to play both those sides while at the same time being able to kind of like address these things. Like, I love the whole like break the fourth wall and address this song moment that's kind of happening here. But I also love that he's given this personality to that negative side of him, something that feels a little bit more intense. He's kind of scary, right? And then there's the other side of him that's trying to be positive, right? But the vocal delivery is a little bit more timid. He's a little bit more nervous to say that he's happy or that he's excited about doing this. And I think that everybody struggles with this, right? But especially when you're in a creative sort of field, something where like you're trying to entertain or you know, make something great. I feel like artists probably go through this a lot, right? Because you're like, oh wow, I think this one's pretty good. No, this one sucks. It's fucking bullshit, and someone's already done this before, and no one wants to watch anything that you're doing anyways. And like I know personally, I fall so hard into listening to that like shitty side. Especially like just making videos and stuff. And it's like, hey, you know what? Do what you love. It's just really hard to embrace the positive side sometimes.
You say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash, I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Right back to what I was saying, there's beauty in that imperfection, hitting some of those notes out of tune and stuff, because you're playing the guitar so hard, like you're throwing it sort of all these different ways, right? And there's something so beautiful about that when it's being played by the sort of like negative side of him, because it forces more of that like just like aggressiveness out, and it sounds amazing.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So care of the man I've become. When I sing from the top of my lungs,
Goosebumps.
that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspired by me to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate in different side.
Imagine some drums right there. God damn.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students.
I have the most.
It wasn't
goosebumps.
David
Oh
versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Dude, I have goosebumps in just about every single place in my body, my cheeks, everything. There's so much about what he's saying here. So I don't even want to. Should I start with that? I'm not even gonna start with that. We're gonna start with the song first. This is a stroke of genius. It doesn't matter that similar things have been done. Guess what? It's music. We're in 2023. Most things have been done to some degree. The idea now is being able to take those things that have been done, refine them, make them your own, continue to push forward, because like I feel like people get so hung up on, oh, I've heard this before, on just about everything, that they forget to look past the fact, they forget to look forward towards the things that will come because of the things that have been done before. So I immediately heard, yes, I could hear Eminem right away. And part of it too wasn't so much just this conversation back and forth, but Ren has that aggressive side of him in portions of his vocals that is what reminded me of Eminem. And I actually really love that. And I love that he's got his own sort of style with this that sounds so fucking cool. So it's amazing. I love the idea that when he is playing sort of the negative side of him, sort of the hopeless, like, you know, voice of truth, but it's really just him being an asshole to himself, and it's what we all deal with. I love that there were certain things that would come out in his vocals there. There are certain things that would come out in the guitar, the way he would play more aggressively, the way that everything felt more aggressive and tense. You could feel the tension. And then in the minute that he would he would sing from the perspective of sort of like that hopeful side of him. There's a little bit more timid. He's taking a little bit softer steps, approaching it a little bit easier, trying to be hopeful and not give in to the temptation of how easy it would be to just be negative, because guess what? It's always easier to be negative. If you are to like, you know, someone wants you to make comments about somebody and they're like, okay, give me 3 positives and give me 10 negatives. You could list those 10 negatives almost immediately. It's very unfortunate that it's so easy to be negative, but that's the beauty and the positive side of it, is it's harder to be positive. But when you can do that, you can get that force. And I think that that's exactly what Ren got when we got to the end of this track, you know, sharing his personal experiences in this and understanding that this is a pendulum. You're never going to be perfect. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have those good days. You're going to have great times and tough times. And the idea is being able to always balance it back towards that middle, because in order to have hope, there has to be this sort of like underlying piece where you're acknowledging that there is a possibility that things could fail, but you're taking that pendulum right over to the middle more, where you can add that hope and have a more realistic outlook on life. This is truly a fucking incredible track. And I see that it has 13 million views in 5 months, and it absolutely deserves that and more. There's a lot of people that should hear this, because not only do I feel like this is just a musical, like, it's just amazing musically, but there's also that huge lyrical side of it that so many people, in fact, I would imagine most people, feel something very similar to this. And when you can feel that sort of like pull in both of those directions, and you can sit there and look, I mean, this entire time I kept thinking to myself, like, holy shit, I have these conversations with myself quite frequently. And too bad that I always give into that negative side of it, where Ren at the end of this kind of like shows me and motivates me to also embrace those like hopeful times, but also embrace the sad times, because there is something to be gained from both of those. And when you can find that middle sort of like yin and yang, you're able to find that middle piece. That is being human, and that strength of being able to get there will help you navigate life even further. So this is absolutely incredible. I got to give a huge shout out to Jody. Thank you so much for this. This is not what I was expecting at all, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Please let me know in the comment section your take on these things, and also if you feel like sharing some of your personal struggles with what he's talking about lyrically here, because it's incredible. So I love you guys so much. I'm fucking so stoked about this. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.